Playing a lot of pressure, as he should.
Now Frazier switching to southpaw for the first time.
Yes. He's been landing that left jab very nicely.
And he should stay that way and stay with that left jab.
He's not having as easy a time as he did in the quarterfinals, though, where he really showed us everything. And you can see he's against a different type of opponent now.
Well, that's what happens with hot dogs. When they're in with somebody that they have no regard for, they turn it on, that hot dog. But when they're in somebody that can hurt them, then they play it straight up. And thus far, Frazier's being straight up.
He's very cool. He seems to be very smart in the ring and knows what he has to do.
He's all of that, Kathy.
I think he's much more effective when he's right-handed, throwing that sharp jab with a right hand behind it.
I agree with you, Sam. He's got a very, very good jab.
Doing a good job with it here.
Scoring points.
He keeps catching Davis on the way in. Now Davis gets there with the left hook to the body. And Frazier trying to tie him up.
What Davis is doing is applying pressure, but it's ineffective pressure because he's throwing one punch at a time and everything is from the outside. He's just not close enough.
I did like the way that Davis dug into the body there, but he didn't follow it up or move up to the head. Ooh.
Good straight right hand by Frazier. That shook up Davis. Frazier keeps switching back and forth, landing a right hand. Back to southpaw. Trying to confuse Davis.
You see what I mean about Davis loading up with that big right hand? He throws it from way outside. There's a left hook from way outside. Another one.
And now he's only doing that because he's in trouble.
Davis looks a little confused here, and he's missed with a lot of punches.
Well, you know, he looked bad in the first round in this quarterfinal fight, too, but he came on in the second and the third round. Let's see if he can do that tonight.
Good movement by Frazier. He's in good shape. He's kept up a good pace and stayed away from the bombs of Davis.
All right, you're going to see a big swinging right hand that misses by... And then Frazier counters with that good straight right hand, stops him dead in his tracks.
Back to the live action, round 2, 156-pound open semifinal. Excuse me, 178-pound open final, semifinal. Richard Frazier in the blue, Rolando Davis in the gold.
Frazier appears to be just a little bit too slick, a little bit too fast, and a little bit too smart for Davis. But don't count Davis out because, as I mentioned before, in that quarterfinal fight, he lost the first round but came back strong in the second and third.
Richard Frazier, one of the beneficiaries of the age limit being raised to 37 this year in the Golden Gloves. He's 30 years old. He won a Golden Gloves championship in 1985.
And I don't know if we could see an 18-year-old kid who would be as cool as Frazier is, and that's where maturity might come into play.
Maturity and experience. He's been boxing for 7 years.
Good jab by Davis. And again, Davis seems to be stepping in now with that jab. Seems to be finding Frazier a little more.
Well, he loaded up with that right hand, didn't he?
A mouthpiece popped out, trying to determine who it belongs to. It's Frazier's mouthpiece. Time has been stopped, and it'll be washed off and put back in. Rolando Davis is okay.
Davis had some success walking in behind that jab instead of the big right hand. I hope he continues to use it because if he does, he'll have a lot of success with it.
Frazier keeps circling. This is a 16-foot ring on the inside. It's not that big. And Davis trying to slow down Frazier. Frazier got in a short left hand. Again, Frazier keeps switching to southpaw, and I think he's better right-handed.
That's because of the good jab that he has. When he turns southpaw, he doesn't use his jab at all.
Good right hand thrown by Frazier.
I think a little bit too much experience and a little bit too much speed for Richard Frazier.
And now he's back to southpaw again. When he's in the orthodox position, he looks like he's just missing with some uppercuts on the inside, and I want to see what's going to happen when Frazier lands that.
Right now the gap has been closed, but Davis unable to land any big punches.
Well, that's what happens when you load up the way he is. He's loading up with one big shot at a time, trying to get on the inside, and he's just not been successful enough with it.
Good hand speed just displayed by Frazier. Had a rapid-fire combination to the body and then went upstairs.
He has good hand speed, and to match that, he also has good leg speed.
Good combination as we come to the end of round 2. Third and final round, 178-pound open semifinal. Richard Frazier in the blue, Rolando Davis in the gold. How do you have it scored, Joe?
Well, I've got Frazier 2-0, winning 1-point rounds both in the first and second. A little bit too much speed for him, hand speed and foot speed.
Kathy?
Same thing, each by 1 point. I would have given him 2 points for the second round, but I don't want to give it to him because of the hot dogging.
Okay. Dan Gant stops it, says too much coaching from the corner of Rolando Davis. Second warning. 5 judges at ringside do the scoring. 20 points to the winner of a round, 19 or fewer to the loser. And Frazier, who's in excellent condition, continues that good leg movement. Bouncing around, sticking the jab. A lot of stick and moving from Frazier.
Well, he's not doing as much hot dogging in this fight as he did in the quarterfinal match.
No, you can't, because Davis is dangerous.
He's dangerous, and he's tough, and he keeps coming all the time.
And yet Frazier is keeping his hands down at his side. May end up being sorry.
Well, he's using his legs, Kathy. He's always out of range when he's doing this. Every time that Davis gets set to throw one of those wild swings, Frazier just steps away.
Good straight left hand by Frazier. And good body shots by Frazier. There's that hand speed. And again, a good combination. Frazier just outspeeding Rolando Davis. Too quick for him. Popped the jab. Hot dogs a little bit and moves on in. Blood coming from the mouth of Rolando Davis. And Frazier just pouring it on with that jab.
And this is what Frazier did in the last fight. All of a sudden, he begins giving a boxing lesson.
Well, he's been consistent in this fight, Kathy. He's won every round. He's used his hand speed. He's used his leg speed. Every round he's been the same.
He does seem to have everything.
Richard Frazier setting a pretty good example. He says he'd like to be a boxing trainer down the road. Currently a police officer, and boy, is he showing something in this Golden Gloves tournament. Again, a good combination. That straight left hand landing for Richard Frazier.
If he's on the other end of the spectrum as a trainer, I wonder if he'll teach his young fighters all the hot dogging he's been doing.
I'll tell you what he will teach them. That's conditioning and a lot of movement in the ring, because that's what he does the best.
Absolutely.
Good spin move by Frazier. Time winding down in this first semifinal in the 178-pound open class. And there's the bell. Good performance by Richard Frazier. 19-year-old Rolando Davis looks a little disappointed. But Frazier, 30 years old, the former Golden Gloves champion, has been boxing for 7 years. Police officer in the 48th precinct. Boy, he's done some good things. He says one of his hobbies is dancing. And he can dance in the ring, too.
He does. He has very good legs. He moves in and out, side to side very well. He gave us a very, very fine clinic on amateur boxing. Moving, using his jab, using his speed, scoring points. No big punches, but scoring constantly.
Take a look at Frazier's combinations here.
Nice left-right combination from the southpaw stance.
And then to the body.
Then to the body.
And always the hand speed right there, the little movement.
Nice counter punching with both hands.
And he's not just a headhunter. Works the opponent over.
Takes advantage of the openings. Cards have been collected.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the blue corner, Frazier.
Richard Frazier has advanced to the finals, scoring